Here, in,
Okay.
first of all, in before of the starting of this demo session, if you don't mind,
Uh-huh.
can I know your profile, please? Why? Because
Uh,
yeah,
yeah.
you can your profile, please.
Yes. Basically, I am from IT field, computer engineering,
Okay,
and I work in product support
okay,
for yeah 3 years. Then I have accounting experience, but not much, like 1 year.
okay. So, how many years of
Yes.
the experience which you are having in accounting field?
Sorry.
How many years of the experience which you are having?
Nearly 4 years. Three
For
years in product.
yeah.
Yeah, product support and
So
accounting 1 year.
that's really great. So totally you're having the 4 years of the experience, including with the accounting. Is it right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's will be great. That's will be great. Yeah, Miss.
And
Uh, tell me,
sorry.
tell me. No problem at all.
Yes, and I have left my job for the family reasons, like for 2 years.
Okay.
So now I have to start my career again,
Okay, that's good.
so that I to follow up in SAP FICO.
That's good. That's good. This is the best choice and the good decision when you're making best career. And by through these 60 days or the 45 days of the duration, you will be able to handle one individual project with yourself with a good confidence. That much of the capability, we will try to make you 100% of the capability to handle a team and as an FICO consultant. That will be sure from
Okay.
my side. And let me start here. And in before of the starting the session, do you have any idea about of the what is SAP and why SAP? And even being as an accounting guy or a girl, if I went to the any of the IT company, what to
Mm-hmm.
do? That means what we need to do, that means what would be our roles and responsibilities which we need to. So, first of all, in this session, in this session, we are going to clear about of these of the three things. So the first thing is,
Excuse me, can I interrupt you for a while?
sure you can.
The sound is not that much clear.
Yeah, just a second.
I have asked you.
Yeah, no problem at all. I will increase my volume. No problem at all.
Now it's better. Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand. I can understand. So, in this 45 days of the 1 hour session, we are going to know about of what is SAP and as well as why all the companies of nowadays they are going to SAP industries, and even as an financials or else as an accounting person, when we are completed our SAP FICO, what will be our work roles and responsibilities? That means what is our work should be there. So in this session, we will complete all these things with a full clarity about those things. And in before of that, let me take it as one example. Say for example of I am a businessman and I am having one company. Let me take it as one business organization is there for me. And what I'm saying that in my business organization, there was a multiple of transactions was happening as like as purchase invoice, incoming payments, outgoing payments, journal
Mm-hmm.
entries, cash discounts, tax invoices. As like that, I can have a number of the transactions in my company. But all these transactions has been divided into the different departments. Say, let me take it as my company was Unilever. Let me take it as some example. And in my company, there was an n number of the tasks will be happening, but all these tasks can be handled by the five departments. Let me take it as finance, sales, HR, production, and purchase, and even the warehouse. As like that, I'm having the totally six departments in my company. Now, in my company, what was happening in the regular process, in the sense of, in my company, every time the customer will be placing the order, the customer is placing the order for my sales department. Whenever I have received a order in my sales department, immediately I am sending that order details to my warehouse, and the warehouse people are making the delivery of that sales order. And whenever the delivery has been done by through the warehouse, that information has been given to the finance department for making of an invoice. That means once one customer has been came into the organization and they placed an order for a material of some X with the quantity of the 1,000, that information which I am giving to the delivery department of the warehouse, and that warehouse people are making the delivery. From there, whatever the delivery has been done, the delivery copy has been sent to the finance people for making of for preparing of an invoice. But in this situation, the sales department is located in some X, the warehouse is some located of Y, and the invoice is, that means the finance department is located in the Z. In the situation, the data or the information which is moving from sales to warehouse and warehouse to finance, it will be takes a lot of the time, and even it will be takes a lot of the cost efficiency also, and the data accuracy should not be there. Why? Because every time, day to day, the company can have a multiple of the sales orders. In the situation, the sales, each and every sales order has to be shared with the warehouse and sharing with the finance department. It will be takes the use of the problem for me. So what I'm thinking that, instead of that, if I can give the one system to the sales department with the place of X, and whenever they are having one order, they are entering the details in the order. But after that, that information can be reaches to the warehouse in some way, and whenever the warehouse has been made the delivery, immediately that has to be went to the finance department for preparation of the invoice. When it will be happens in the sense of, in each and every department, if they can have the computerization and they can have the computers, if they can enter those data, the data has to be shared with the other departments. So that's why what I'm thinking that, instead of making my organization into the manual, I want to make myself and my organization should be having the computerization. That means I want to make my organization into computerization. So I'm having totally 50 members of the employees, say for example, and even I made a purchase of the 50 PCs also. There was not at all for problem for me. But whenever those of the 50 members of the employees has to be worked with the 50 PCs, they need a software. That means, frankly saying, in my company, whatever the transactions is going to happen, all the transactions should be made in a computerization. Should be made in a computers. For that purpose, what I'm doing that, I need a software. That means, which we can simply say that the Unilever, he wants to make their organization, he wants to make their organization to computerization. For that, they made the contract with one IT company. They made the contract with one IT company. And we are the people which is working in this IT company, which is working in this IT company. And what we have to do that, as per this user requirements, we are the people has to develop a new software. That means simply we can say that, as per the applications requirement of the user or the client in an IT company, we need to develop a new software for the usage of them. But that means in the IT company, which I have given the three choices, the first choice will be the development. So What exactly by the development in the sense of nothing but like a name, creation of a new one. That means creation of a new software. Whenever one company, that means the Unilever wants to develop a new software, first what they have to do that they need to give the requirements to the IT company. As per that requirements, these people are creating or developing a new software. This is the first choice which they are given. And the second choice which I am saying that we need not to develop a new software. Why? Because whenever it will be developing a new software, it will be takes a lot of the time and a lot of the cost will be there. Instead of that, what I'm thinking that if we can use the existing software is there. So simply which we can say that Unilever is mine and myself I am in require a software. For that I went to one IT company and those IT people are developing a new software or else they are selling the existing software. Yet there is two choices is there. The first one is preparing of a new software or else using of a existing software. So preparing of a new software will be there, takes a lot of the time and as well as the cost efficiency will be also very high. Instead of that, if I can go for the using of the existing one, some existing software which has been meant for someone, if I can use that one, maybe that will be easy for me. Why? Because the cost will be reduced. Why? Because it has been already developed. We can purchase it and we can use it. But the problem is that existing software which is there, if that software will be matching with my Unilever requirements, it's okay. But can't we say that all the companies are using with the same type of the requirements? In this situation, I don't want to go for the developing of a new software and even using of the existing. I am giving the third choice for those people. What it was? We are having some existing software. We are already having some existing software is there, and they are asking about of the my requirements, Unilever requirements, and what they said that as per that requirements, they will make the modification of the existing software. So whenever one company or one business organization wants to make the company into the computerization, they are having the three choices. The first one is to creation of a new software. That means called as development. And the second one is using of a existing software. Maybe it will not reaches the requirements of the client. Instead of these two, if we can go for modify the existing one which is already there, we will make that existing software into as per the client requirement. That is what we can call as a third choice. So most probably here I am choosing the third option. Is it right, miss?
Yes.
Yeah. Why? Because development will be the too much of the cost. Using of the existing one should not meet my requirements. In that situation, I am going to customize or modify the existing software whatever I am having. So now I am also thinking that instead of creating of a new software, instead of using with the existing software, I want to go for a modifying of the existing software is the better choice for me. So which those type of the software packages of which we can call it as an ERP. What it was in the sense of ERP. So what exactly by the ERP in the sense of it's nothing but like an enterprise resource planning. So what exactly by the ERP means enterprise resource planning.
Right.
That means we are customizing or we are modifying the existing software applications. We are customizing or modifying the existing software applications as per the client's requirement. That is what we can call as an ERP. That means simply we can say that E is an enterprise or resource. P, planning. Enterprise resource planning. Enterprise is nothing but again one company or any organization. Resources, which we can say that money, manpower, management, machineries, materials, and everything, which we can call as a different types of the resources. And we will make into one plan. That means we will make into one order as per the requirement. Simply we can say that what is an ERP in the sense of enterprise resource planning. That means if there is a company or any organization is called as an enterprise, and that company or particular organization is depending upon a lot of the resources, and we will make those resources, we will make into planning as per the client's requirement. That means depends upon the requirements, we will customize the standard applications which the package is already having, which it will be calling as an ERP. So what exactly by the ERP in the sense of enterprise resource planning? We need not to develop or create the software for this. We can customize that software as per the user requirements, which is called as ERP. Now, I have decided to go for the ERP for my Unilever, but I'm having one doubt here. I want to make my organization into the ERP. That was cleared about of me. But my question is, which ERP I need to choose? Why? Because ERP is in a segmentation. That means which type of a product. Under this type of the product, we can have a number of the products. We can have a n number of the individual products. Say for example, the examples of the other ERP packages like Oracle Finance, PeopleSoft, Sibel, Bond, sorry, JD Edwards, and also SA. So here we can have a number of the ERPs can be available like this in the IT sector nowadays. So under this, a number of the ERP packages, which one is suitable for my Unilever organization, I have to go for that. That means which of the ERP packages will be suitable for mine, I can choose that. So in this situation, if I'm having a number of the ERP packages, here I'm having a number of the ERP packages, what I'm doing that I'm going to comparing of each and every one. That means here I can have a number of the ERP packages, but I want to take the decision which ERP I have to go for that. So in this situation, what I'm doing that I'm comparing each and every ERP package which will be suitable for myself. That means my organization, which will be good for my organization. I want to go for to search about of this one. In this situation, if I can take the Oracle Finance, even I'm a being as an SAP consultant, I'm frankly accepting that the Oracle Finance is the superb and number one ERP package. There is no doubt at all. But the Oracle Finance can be useful for only for the finance applications. That means, as which I said that I'm having a number of the departments. But if I can go for the Oracle Finance, it was good enough for my finance. It is good enough for my finance department. But I'm having a number of the departments with me. Not only the finance. If I'm having a number of the departments, like PeopleSoft is for the HR, CBEL is for the CRM, customer relational management, BAN is for the production and the purchasing activities, and as well as JD Edwards is for the sales. That means, as initially which we said that if I am having the 10 departments in my company, I need to use the 10 separate software packages. That means 10 different ERP packages. So that it was not suitable for my organization. Why? Because the data has to be integrated or the sharing by one department to another department is required for me. But here what will be happening is that each and every ERP package is completely working for the particular type of the applications only. In this situation, the data is moving from one department to another department, which is not good enough for me. That means again the manual work will be increases for myself. So that I don't want to go for any of these ERP packages. So first initially I have decided to go for the ERP. But under the ERPs, which ERP I need to choose in the sense of I can't be able to go for these of the ERP packages. Why? Because these of the ERP packages are completely working for the particular type of the applications only, not for all my departments. So that I don't want to use all these things. Instead of this, we are having one more. This is what we can call as an SAP. And please don't mind, don't pronounce this as an SAP. Why? Because in SAP, each and every letter having their own meaning. It's not a single word. It was a combination of individual letters. Your S means systems. A in the sense of applications, and the P means products. So what it was is systems, applications, products in data processing. So what exactly by the SAP means? It's an systems, applications, products in data processing. So what exactly the meaning of this SAP? This is the abbreviation of the SAP. We have clarified about of the abbreviation of the SAP is in a systems, applications, products in data processing. That was good enough for me. But what exactly by the systems, and what exactly by the applications, and what exactly by the products? So I need to make a clarify about of these things. In this situation, system is nothing but like a company or any organization. Application, whatever the transactions or the tasks will be happening on that particular organization, which will be calling as an application. That means one company is there, that is in a system, and that company is working with a lot of the applications or the transactions, which was called as an applications, and all those applications has been divided into different departments, which is called as products. Systems, applications, products. That means if there is a company or any organization which depends upon a lot of the applications or the transactions, and all those applications has been divided into the different departments, but we need to convert all those things into particular data processing. If there is a company or any organization is depending upon a lot of the applications, and all those applications have been divided into different departments, we can manage, or we will manage all those applications into different departments into the different data processing. That particular data processing work is called as SAP. So what exactly by the SAP in the sense of its name? Systems, applications, products in data processing. That means if there is a company or any organization which has been divided into the, sorry, which is working with a number of the transactions of applications, and those of the applications have been divided into different departments, we need to convert into the data processing. That particular data processing work is called as SAP. And moreover, the SSIT package has been introduced by the company name of SAP AZ. The company name of the company of the product invents of by this SAP package is SAP AZ. And this company of the SAP AG was located in the World City, and this was located in Germany. So, which I am having, which we are having one company named with SAP AG, which was located in Germany at the World City. In the year of 1972, they have started or they have invented this SAP package. So, whenever they have been started this SAP, what they are thinking that till now we have a number of the ERP packages, but each and every ERP package is completely working for the particular type of applications. Instead of that, if we can prepare one package for all the departments, that means for all the solutions. So the SAP people have been started the research. So initially, what they have done that they want to develop a new ERP package. What they have done that they have started the research from the world's smallest organization to the highest organization for all the companies throughout the world. Why? Because depends upon the company wise, their business transactions will be different. That's why what these people have done that they have collected all the requirements from all of the companies, not from one company. Say for example, my company requires the ledgers of A, B, C, D. Another company requires the ledgers of the B, C, D, E, F. Another company requires the ledgers of the E, F, G, H. But every company is having their own requirements. That's why what they have done that they have collected everything from all of the companies, even by the global countries also. Why? Because even by company, the requirements will be changes, and also depends upon the country wise also the clients require the company's requirements will be changes. So that what these people of the SAP EG has been done that they have started the research from the world's smallest organization to highest organization, the world's total, and even from the all the countries also. But that means for all the companies, for all the countries, whatever they require, they have collected everything. They collected everything, and they want to put all those requirements into one package, and that's why what they have done that they have developed their own language, the language which we'll be calling as ABAP, means Advanced Business Application Programming Language. So, which they have developed their own language, which is called as ABAP, and whatever the language which they have developed by using of this or by using of their own language of the ABAP, they prepared this SAP. That means simply we can say that ABAP is the technical or else the back end of the SAP package. ABAP is the back end of the SAP package, and by using of this back end of the ABAP, the SAP people has been made one ERP package with the name of ESAP, with the name of SAP. And after that, they made the different departments also. Those of the departments which we can call as an functional, like finance, sales, HR, production, purchase, warehouse, quality, and a lot. As like that, the SAP was made up of with the technical of the ABAP, and and this was divided into the different products, which is called as an functionals. Like here, On SAP, which we are having totally 64 FT departments. That means here it consists of the totally 64 functionalities are there. The SAP system consists of totally 64 of the functionalities will be there, and even under that 64 types of the functionalities, even I am also having my 5 departments. That means, which we can say that this consists of the 64. Under that 64, whatever my Unilever will be there, whatever my Unilever will be there, and whatever my 5 departments are there, also with it. So that what I'm thinking that instead of making separate software for separate department, if I can make or if I can use the one ERP of the SAP for all my departments of my company, automatically I'm having the integration with other departments. That means the data can be shared with the other departments also will be flexible for me. So that I have taken the decision to make my organization into SAP. But what I have done that here the SAP consists of 64 types of the department, and it's having a number of the applications also, a number of the applications, and even a number of the departments. But what I am saying that myself, that means myself of the Unilever, I am required only the 5 departments, and especially I can't do with all those things. My requirement is something. My requirement of the ledger should be like this. My requirements of the payables like this. My requirements of the receivables like this. In my company, I am charging the interest charges like this. In my company, whenever the customer is not paying, I am applying these of the charges. I am applying those of the charges, and I am applying these of the this much of the interest charges. And even I am having the general entries of these only. Like that, I am having my own requirement. So that what I'm doing here is I went to the Unilever went to the one IT company. That means let's take as an Infosys, Accenture, or any of the MNC company which has been taken the contract of the SE Unilever. That means this IBM got the project of Unilever. IBM got the project of Unilever, and we people are working in the IBM. And what we are doing that in the IBM, the first level, which is called as a project preparation. That means simply we can say that the contracts with the clients to the company. That means our company is IBM, and we are got the project from Unilever. So whenever the Unilever people is directly interacting with the IBM, with the high level management, which is called as a project preparation. The first level here it was project preparation. In the project preparation, what will happen is it will happen the contracts and the MOU with the client. That means the client has to be interact directly with this IBM company with the high level management people. The high level management people, which is called as a project preparation, which will be called as a project preparation. And after completion of the project preparation phase, then it will be comes into the second level or the second phase in the IT company of the IBM or anything. The second level, which it will be calling as an business blueprint. That means which we can simply call it as a business blueprint in the sense of it's nothing but like a client's requirement, or else simply we can say that a requirement gathering. Whatever the clients can have the requirements, we can collect those of the requirements from the client. Why? Because as per those of the requirements, we can customize the application. So that first of all, we need to collect the requirements from the client itself. That requirement gathering is called as a second level. That is called as a business blueprint. What would be the blueprint in the sense of it was nothing but again a client's requirements, which we can call as a business blueprint. So here we have collected the requirements of the clients, and in the third level, which we'll be calling as a realization, realization. And what exactly by the realization in the sense of whatever the clients has been given the requirements to us in the second level. In the second level, we can customize those of the requirements into the existing service. As which we said that the SAP is already there and the client wants to use the SAP. But what we have done that we need to make the customization of that means modification of that existing software as per the requirement. Here, this is the client and here is the company. We made the contract with the company and we will take in the requirements of the collection of the requirements. As per that requirements, it has been realized. It has been realized. That means they made the contracts with this company, collected the requirements from the clients, and as per that requirements, we have to customize the applications. And in the fourth level, which is called as a final preparation. In the final preparation, here what they're doing that whatever the client has been given the requirement, as per that requirements after completion of the customization, whether that can be used by the client's company, not for the IT company. Why? Because we are working for that client. And here, whatever the clients has been asking the requirements to us, we have collected everything. As per that, we made that software package. That means we made that is asset package. And the part that can be used by the client itself. For that, we need to give the training to them. Or else, we need to check it out whether the ERP package, whatever it has been done, is perfectly working or not. And also, we need to provide the training to the Unilever people. Here, that level is which is called as a fourth level, which means of a final preparation. Which means of a final preparation. After completion of this final preparation, the software will be going to the live. Go live in support. So like this, here in a IT company, when we went to the joining in a IT company as a FICO consultant, what we need to do that we need to collect the requirements from the clients, and as per that requirements we need to customize the applications of the predefined SAP. That means which we can simply say that instead of the modification, here I am using the word of the customization or else implementation. In third level, that means, say for example of myself is in a VK. VK is working in IBM as a realization phase, in the realization phase, as a SAP FICO consultant. That means here this client, whatever they have given the FI requirements, financial requirements, and as well as the costing requirements. Whatever they have been given to us, as per that, we need to customize. In the same situation, during this classroom session, what we are doing that we are also taking one example of the company, as like as here which we discussed as in the Unilever. In the same manner, let me take it as a Unilever. And what would be that Unilever consists of their company, how their company has been established, and what would be the capital they have made, and what are the purchases they are making, and what are the sales they are doing, and even how their business transactions will be happening. That means how their business organization will be running. We are analyzing that business transactions, and as per that, in the classroom, we are making the customization of the existing software. But when we are going to the real time also, it will be the same. But the thing is, the requirements will be different. Why? Because, say for example of here, we are taking some of the example, but when we are going to the real time, it will be happening their own. That means, say simply, let me take as an example. For example, here when we are learning, we have done the client is requires the totally 30 days of the credit limit, and within these 30 days, within the 10 days of the 10% cash discount will be there, and within the 20 days 5% of the cash discount will be there. So that we have done like this here. But when we are going to the real time in the company, the client is asking to maintain the 60 days of the credit limit. And what they are asking that within the 20 days of the 25% and within the 30 days of the 6%. Whatever it was, the things will be going to different, but the procedure will be the same. As in the same manner here, in the same manner here, let me show that. In the same manner here, what we are doing here is here. First of all, FIES, that means enterprise structure. That means, as we said, that we are working in IT company. That IT company has the got product from some XYZ, Unilever, and that Unilever has been having their organization. What would be their company, and what would be their company code subsidiary, where the business organization is located, and where the business areas will be located. We have collected their organization details, and we are putting all those things into SAP package. And even global settings. When they want to work with a SAP, what would be their financial year, which is called as a fiscal year? Why? Because depends upon the country wise, the financial years will be changing. Let me take it as Indian financial year. The Indian companies are working with the financial year of the April to March, but the US-based companies are working for the Jan. So that depends upon the country wise, the financial year will be changed. But whenever we are going to any country, the calendar year will be the same. What is the calendar year is Jan to December. That's why here also the existing of the SAP system consists of the Jan to December. But what we have to do that, we need to convert that existing of the Jan to December into required of the April to March and whatever. Depends. As per that, we need to customize that, which is called as a fiscal year variant. And as global settings, general ledger settings. What would be requirements of the clients of ledgers? So when they want to create the ledgers, those of the ledgers should be like this, and these of the ledgers should be like this. They are given all the requirements. That means this is said the client has been said that they want to maintain the ledgers as any liabilities, assets, incomes, expenditures, and all the others. We need to prepare like this. Even another client is asking that they don't want to maintain like this. They want to maintain the current liabilities, other liabilities, current assets, fixed assets, leased assets, and also direct incomes, indirect incomes, direct expenses, indirect expenses. But both are the same, but the terminology will be the different. That means their usage will be the different. But as per their usages, we need to. That means simply we can say that as per the requirements of the clients, we are going to customize these of the ledgers, and these are the payables, these are the receivables. See, after completion of the ledgers, posting of the ledgers, how to post the general ledger, and even general ledger postings. What are the different types of the postings will be there in the generals, and what would be in the accounts payables, and in the FI, if we are going to take the payment, is there any discounts will be there? how the discounts will be happening. That means cash discount. And even we are making the payment for the vendors from the bank. What is the bank? And what are the checks which we are given? How the checks has been cancelling? Is the check has been cleared? How much is that? And even if there is any services which were taken from the vendor, what are the tax which we need to deduct, which is called as a withholding tax. And even what is the automatic payment, as like as receivables, advances, interest calculations, and bill of exchange receivables and bill of exchange payables, and as well as the fixed assets and different types of the taxes. In generally in India we are having the GST now, but throughout the global we are not having a GST. It is only for the Indian company. So that what we have to do that we need to go for an input tax and output tax. Input tax, whatever the tax which we can pay when making of a purchase, what we paid is called as input tax. And when making of a sales, what we have received, what we have received, which we will be calling as an output. In that output and input, there was a different types of the taxes will be there as per their requirements. But how to make it? All those tax configurations. So this is the part of the FI. And after completion of this FI, we will go for the CO. What is the CO in the sense of it was nothing but like a cost. As which we said that we made a purchase of a raw material. Okay. But I'm not selling the raw material to the customer. What I mean that I'm converting that raw material into the finishing goods. I'm converting the raw material into the finishing goods, which will be calling as an when during of that raw material into the finishing goods, what are the costs will be applicable, in which department the cost has been occurred, under the department how much of the cost has been done, and for that cost is there any budget is available, if the budget is available how it would be, and all those things can be handled by the costing department. As like as here, what would be the FI in what would be the CO. FI is called as a finance and CO is in a controlling or costing, which we can simply call it as an whatever the requirements of the client in the FI and in the CO, we can customize all those applications into the existing SAP software, which can be done as any customization or implementation. So here also, when this learning part, what we are going to do that, we are taking one example of the company here, and as per that example of the company, how the company will be going to run, we are preparing all this. That is what we are learning here within this online session of the 60 to 45 days or the hours. So I think so. Is it okay for you, ma'am?